We were young, restless. Summers in Blackwood were for legends, dares whispered under the yawning moon. This year, it was El Bosque del Hombre sin Rostro, the faceless man's forest. They said he lured teenagers, stole their faces, their voices. We laughed, fueled by youthful arrogance and cheap beer. There were 4 of us. Miguel, always the leader, bold and loud. Sofia, her laughter as bright as her eyes. And Diego, quiet, watchful. And me, the storyteller, the one who always survived. The forest welcomed us with open arms, its darkness a living thing. The air grew heavy, humid, thick with the smell of damp earth and decaying leaves. Each rustle of leaves, each snapping twig, sounded like a whisper, a warning. But we pressed on, deeper into the heart of the forest, our laughter echoing through the silent trees. We were invincible, or so we thought. We set up camp as the last sliver of sun dipped below the horizon. The darkness felt different here, heavier, as if it were a predator itself, slowly enveloping us. We told stories, each one adding to the growing unease. The first night, a twig snapped. Close, too close. Then silence. We laughed it off, nerves on edge. Miguel told the legend of the Hombre sin Rostro, how he watched from the shadows, his long, slender fingers reaching out from the darkness. The forest seemed to hold its breath, listening. I saw Sofia shiver, pulling her jacket tighter around her. The next day, we found the first symbol carved into a tree, a crude, faceless head. Miguel laughed, said it was some kids messing around. But the air felt colder, the forest quieter. We were being watched. That night, around the flickering flames of our campfire, I swore I saw a figure standing at the edge of the light. Tall, impossibly thin, its face hidden in the shadows. A chill ran down my spine. We argued about turning back, but Miguel's bravado won out. We were almost at the heart of the forest, the supposed lair of the Hombre sin Rostro. We would prove the legend wrong. Foolish pride. The next morning, Diego was gone. His sleeping bag lay open, empty. Panic rose in my throat, choking me. Sofia found his backpack hanging from a tree, swaying gently in the breeze. Empty, except for a single white feather. Fear, sharp and cold, pierced through the bravado. We were no longer laughing. The forest had grown darker, the air thick with dread. We searched for Diego, our calls echoing unanswered through the oppressive silence. The forest mocked us, its silence broken only by the sound of our own ragged breathing. That night, the nightmares came. Faceless figures with long, sharp fingers reaching for me, their silence more terrifying than any scream. I woke up with a gasp, my heart pounding against my ribs. Sofia was crying, her face pale in the moonlight. Miguel tried to sound brave, but his voice shook. We huddled together for warmth, for comfort, but the fear was a wall between us. Morning brought no relief, only the emptiness of Diego's absence. And then, Sofia was gone too. Vanished without a trace. Only a single white feather remained, lying on the forest floor like a macabre calling card. Miguel finally broke, his bravado crumbling into fear. He ran, his screams swallowed by the trees. I never saw him again. I am alone now. The forest holds me captive, its silence a deafening roar. I see him everywhere, in the shadows, in the rustling leaves, in the reflection of my own terrified face. He is always watching, waiting. They say he steals your face, your voice, but he takes more than that. He takes your sanity, your soul. He leaves you hollow, a shell of a person, haunted by the faces of those you have lost. I am no longer the storyteller, the survivor. I am a prisoner in my own mind, a testament to the terror that lurks in El Bosque del Hombre sin Rostro. I wait. He is coming for me. I can feel his presence, cold and empty, closing in.